And record. All right, everybody. Welcome back to Open Mat Chat. This is episode 43, and we have Miss Jenny Savage on today. She's a MMA fighter, grappler. You done boxing yet?
Yeah, I've done it one time when I was an amateur, but I'm interested in picking it up real soon.
And boxer out of Tennessee. Are you in Clarksville?
Yeah, Clarksville.
Clarksville, Tennessee. I have one quick question before we really start. So, did your guys' gym change names or owners? Because it was SSF, right?
Yeah, it changed. It did both. We've always had the same people running the gym, like Mike Merriman. He was a head coach, and Ron Daly had to take care of his family duties. And bless him, he's awesome. But yeah, we ended up changing an entire building, entire name. It actually was Mike Merriman's original gym, Wildside. But I came from SSF, which is under Ron Daly, and then I guess they collaborated, and Ron, I guess it was under Ron's building, and then we went to this new building.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering because I met Ron a few times. Pretty cool dude.
Yeah, I love him.
A lot of great fighters have come out of there.
I miss him so much. You have no clue.
So, how are you guys handling this quarantine? You on lockdown?
I'm actually handling it really well. I'm one of those people that I have anxiety, so I'm always ahead of the curve.
Right.
I've always stay stocked up before people panic and stuff. We didn't really have any issues. I'm a full-time student, so I don't really have to do anything but stay home. As long as the internet's on, we're surviving. Pretty much.
How are you guys handling this? And you guys been training at home, right?
Yeah, every day. Me and Adrian, he just got back from Houston about a week ago, and it was. Is somebody at the door? Who is it? Somebody's. I had somebody mow my lawn. That's why I was like, oh my gosh, it's actually 7. But I guess you're in a different time zone.
Yeah.
Which that's weird because you're in Kentucky, right above me. So.
Yep. We're an hour difference.
Yeah. But yeah, he just came back from Houston, Texas. He was training with Booker T at was it Reality Wrestling? Yeah. So.
Yeah, so he fights pro too, right?
Yes, he does.
And so he does the wrestling.
Yeah, he does wrestling.
Now, is that what he wants to get into? Was that his goal?
I think originally his goal was to be in MMA, but a lot of people were, he just was collecting dust. People were kind of avoiding him. I think it's because he was a really talented fighter that didn't care about what's that word everybody likes, clout? He doesn't care about that. And it's easy to be overlooked, very easy to be overlooked. Because you're not demanding to be seen. You're just kicking ass and just waiting for the next call. So
right.
He just was more focused on pro wrestling since he was a child anyway.
So is that how you guys met, through fighting?
Yeah, we met in high school, sophomore year. We were wrestling together. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Nice. What made you want to start fighting?
Honestly, my life was at a really bad place. I was in a really bad place. What's really funny is it kind of started like a seed was planted. I mean, I guess besides sports, I had gotten robbed, and it was really funny. Well, not really funny. It's ironic because a teammate now that I train with, Levi, he was also robbed by the same people, and we ended up years later. I was just trying to, be there with Adrian at the gym, and I always wanted to fight, but I didn't want to take over his thing, Right. So I just waited. I tried to let him know that I'm not one of those girls that's just in there for that, because there's a lot of them. And so pretty much I seen him. He was like, "You remember me?" And I was like, "Kind of. You look familiar." And he was like, we got robbed by the same people." I was like, "Wow." So it kind of sealed it for me. I was like, I think this is my calling.
Right. How old were you when you took your first fight?
I just turned 21.
Okay.
26 now.
So you were already training for a little while?
Yeah. I had trained boxing when I was in middle school. And that was really, really, really cool. But I did it by sneaking out and telling my mom I had bad grades. So I had to stay after school. And so she kind of like went with it because she had like, she had to work. And
Right.
there's like two other kids, she's got to take care of. So I snuck and went to boxing.
She didn't want you to do it?
No, I mean, back then, I guess you can say like it was kind of unheard of. If I didn't want to do like softball, then why would I do that? It's
Right.
like I don't want to throw balls, Yeah, I want to fight. And I
Want
did
to
the
throw
same with
hands, not
wrestling.
balls.
Do it?
Want to throw hands, not balls.
Right. Yeah, and when I did wrestling, it pretty much the same thing happened, and I needed to get a physical. And I said, "Mom, can I go get this physical?" And she's like, "No, for what?" And so I ended up moving on. I got with my, I guess, high school sweetheart at the time, and I had my son. Wrestled a little too much and was kind of put on the back burner for a little while, but I was determined to graduate. I did. And eventually I ran into Adrian, and, the rest is history.
Oh, nice. So you guys been together quite a while.
Yeah, about 7
You're-
years now.
You and Adrian. Yeah, I think ever since I've met you guys and followed you guys have been together.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's cool though. And it's kind of cool you both fight stuff, but I know how it is also with two couples that are getting ready for stuff, fights,
Yeah.
wrestling, jiu-jitsu. It could probably get a little crazy in there.
Sometimes I've been fortunate because he's so even-tempered. He doesn't get mad, except for when I like put kimchi, and I do this stuff where I'll eat kimchi like when he's not realizing it, and I'll try to kiss him or like talk to him in his face. And he gets all mad.
Yeah. Yuck.
But other than that, he's even-tempered. I don't ever irritate him or anything. So he's always found a way to do his thing. Like, he's an amazing guy. Like, he can literally figure out how to work out anywhere, any way. He's just adaptable. He loves Bruce Lee. He's pretty much who he looks up to.
That's pretty cool. That's dope. So your first fight was when you were 21.
Yeah.
Ethan, do you have her fights pulled up?
Yeah, 1 second.
Ethan's gonna pull up your fights. We're gonna go through some of your fights.
Perfect.
What was your amateur record?
I think it was like 9-5. They're missing one. I fought Shannon Gulgary, and they didn't put that up there. I lost in the third round. She teed me. I was still standing. But I had taken a lot of like damage, and Jonathan Ivey felt that as amateurs we needed to be stopped because it's no need to get injured further. At the time I was so against it. I was like, no, F you, like F that, F the show,
You're right.
But it was all good. I was doing good in the first 2 rounds.
The savage came out.
Yeah. Definitely. She's respectable though. I like her. She's a really good fighter.
That's a lot of amateur fights. Was it hard finding fights for you back then?
Yeah, it was hard because there were some girls that I at the time I knew that they had fought way longer than me, but I was willing to take that risk because I knew that you got to get in there. And what's funny is when I went to Vegas because of your help, actually, I was already going to go, but I didn't know how. Man, you know how crazy that is. Clearly, you hooked me up. Like, if it wasn't for you doing that, I don't even think I would have made it to the fight.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, but Jamie was a blessing. He was the main person that told me, what are you waiting for? Like, How many fights are you going to take for free? And how many are you going to do in a year for free? And, he opened my mind. And I think about it often, and it brings me to tears because it actually taught me, it saved me. If I didn't ever see that, I probably would have ruined my career, honestly.
Man, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Too many decent fighters ruin their potential by fighting 20, 30 amateur fights.
Exactly.
And bad fights, There's no problem taking tough fights, but man, you might as well get paid for them after a certain amount of time.
Exactly. Because if you're marketable, if you are confident and everything else, I believe that you'll always be able to get in there. Because I've been forgiven twice already. People don't even remember some of the worst losses I've had. And to me, I think it's because of my marketability and my honesty. I think as martial artists, we can't just be honest in fighting. We got to be honest with ourselves and quit trying to be something we're not.
Mhm.
You know, a lot of people try to copy Conor McGregor or, you know, Ronda or something. You know, we
Go
should
that
just be
route.
us.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, good shout out to Jamie Honapor. That's my boy out in Vegas. He trains with Vinny Maglis.
Yeah, they're blessing. They're blessing.
Yeah, I've
Good
known them
people.
for a long time, and he's actually helped me. Like he was kind of like a business mentor for me because this dude, you probably wouldn't even know it, but he had like 12 tanning salons like 10 years ago that he built up from the beginning, and he sold them all for lots and lots of money.
Wow.
And for a while, he just traveled around the world training jujitsu everywhere, like countries.
Damn, that's the dream right
That's
there.
the dream, I know. And he kind of told me the same thing. Like he's like, dude, if you want to succeed in your business, you need to go, full throttle. Like you can't hold back. You can't be scared to make the jump. You can't be scared.
Mm-hmm.
If you're just scared all the time when it comes to business, he's like, you're not going to grow. You're not going to succeed. You got to take them chances.
Exactly.
And I was like, yeah, I've been poor and broke before, so fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
That's pretty cool though. Yeah, I forgot all about that. That's crazy.
Yeah. Like I said, it changed me. It changed my outlook. It changed the way I trained. I did more. I wanted more exclusivity. I just trained. It transformed me. So, really good. I actually got to find time and like a schedule for my own kid, to get him into the sport because he's really sensitive. He was always sensitive as a baby. Never cried too much, but when he would, he was more like just always lovey. He didn't like the kids that would be too rough with him. So we're trying to build up a way to get him more into jiu-jitsu. He placed I want to say about 2 years ago, he had his first jiu-jitsu tournament and he got third place. And we realized that we wanted to not scare him from the sport. And we've been working on his wrestling and just his basics. So, like I said, yeah, the entire experience transformed my mind. It showed me what I didn't want anymore. It showed me how I didn't want to train, and just what I didn't want to do. And I just wasn't going to settle for anything else. So,
yeah. And that's the thing, like with MMA, it's a little bit different. And I know you go on both sides. So you've done jiu-jitsu a lot and MMA. And jiu-jitsu, that's how jiu-jitsu works for me. It's really easy. It's like, oh, I have a friend going to this city or state. I'll call some people up, and hey, Ethan's coming down there. Can he come train? And, they invite people. MMA is a little bit different because, MMA fighters are a little bit more on guard.
Exactly. They're one of the, oh, who are you going to study? Nobody. That's why I love Vegas, man. Nobody was really like that. There's people that didn't like each other training in the same room. Just like, that's awesome.
That's why I try to tell people, because we have an open mat, at our gym and everyone's invited. And when I lived in Vegas and trained, we all trained together. Like everyone cross-trained all the time. Like even people that were going to fight each other in camps, like they just trained to like, on another mat, another ring. It's a lot different out there.
Yeah. I actually was trying to come out there to train with you guys. Every single time something would pop up, whether I'd have car issues, bursitis, some kind of, I literally had surgery. These are all times when I was trying to plan scheduling on cross training here, there, and all the way up to where you are, because I really enjoyed working with your student.
Alejandra.
I'm really bad. Yeah, Alejandra.
Alex,
yes. Yeah. I didn't want to mess up her name because, yeah, exactly. The two name thing. I was like, which one? Oh, yeah. But she was outstanding for her size. She's definitely way stronger than she looks.
Oh, and yeah, she's tiny. But
looking for her next fight. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Oh, did you see that?
Yeah, V3, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Really excited. Both are really good girls, but I know what the other one feels like. And let me tell you, I was 115, but that girl was like, what, 110 pounds, 105 pounds? Like when I went.
Oh, I don't know. She's thick, but I don't know. I don't know if she's really big or not.
Yeah.
She's probably 115 at the biggest.
She felt like a 125er.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about Alex, not that. I thought you were talking about the girl she's fighting.
Yeah. The other girl, I actually seen her, Deshamar, she's a really sweet woman. Really, she's got good sportsmanship, and I've watched her fight live. she comes up to here to me.
Oh,
So
she's tiny too. Okay.
Yeah, she's tiny, but she's vicious.
Yeah.
She's given some 115ers some trouble, but
That's why I think it'll be a good fight. They're both,
it's gonna be great.
they both got that mean Latin blood in them.
Exactly, and you guys got the fans for days, dude.
Dude, we like to travel deep.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, like for jiu-jitsu tournaments too. We like to all travel and compete together, so it works out good.
Yeah.
That's a lot of things. People don't see much. I always pay attention because you're at all these grappling tournaments. You're working them sometimes.
Yeah.
People forget that you could grapple.
Oh yeah, and sitting there scorekeeping all day about like what 80 matches or so or more.
Right.
We've I went with Amy Gonzalez. Shout out to her of Grappling Games. She's the owner. She's an amazing woman as well.
Yep.
She's done a lot for my career. And I've got to see Grappling Games. Like I was honored to see it grow from, just starting out in Houston and Clarksville to like now Chicago and all over the place.
Ohio, yeah.
And Florida.
I've competed for them. Ethan's competed. Their pro grappling card, Ethan's done that. That's pretty fun too.
Yeah, I did that too. Oh my god.
That you'll compete on.
What'd you say?
They're one of the best paying pro cards that you'll compete on with for grappling.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, Amy takes care of you, man. She does. I bought some mats off her actually, the black mats that we have in the back of the gym.
Oh, word.
Yeah, those are from her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's super dope. So as your amateur career, we'll have Ethan look it up. But what's one fight that like really changed your mind on like how you fight? Like either it was a good one or a bad experience.
It was bad. My grandfather, rest his soul. At the time, he had an autoimmune disease, and I was really like obsessed with my reputation, keeping up with every fight that I take. I never wanted to back out, no matter what. And I knew that this, I guess you could say, it was on Flow Combat. It was the first time I was ever going to be on a really big platform, I guess you can say, and it was for Valor Fights against Lanisha Vincent. And we're friends to this day. She's amazing. She's actually let me in on a couple things in the game that she knew where she's at, so she's helped me out a lot. But it bothers me it used to bother me. It doesn't bother me so much anymore per se, because I can kind of look at it like it's helped my career a lot. But pretty much I went in there and thinking that, I have to win this for my grandfather. He was dying. He insisted that I go. A lot of people were busy because he got sick out of nowhere. He was healthy one day, and then he had this autoimmune disease, which they think could have possibly came from maybe something that happened at Vietnam with was it Agent Orange?
Agent Orange.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so something was going on with him. We couldn't figure it out. And so 5 miles away from Vanderbilt, where he was, this fight was. And, I had the chance to cancel, and I just said no. Grandpa was like, go kick her ass, do it for me. And so I was thinking in my head, I got to fight like I want my grandpa to live. And if there's anything I could say, unless like you got like a really big contract as a professional fighter or something, like if your family members are sick, don't do it. Like, it's not worth it. I was so messed up about it. I didn't go to his funeral. I decided to take another fight, lost that fight due to disqualification against Gina Gooden. It was a referee's mistake. He called the fight because I went to take her down and she sprawled, and he called like a knee to the face, but we both agreed there was no knee to the face. It's irrelevant. But I realized it took me some time to look back on it all, to take it in and see my grandmother. My other grandfather got quadruple bypass surgery, and I seen how it took a toll on my grandmother because she thought he was going to die. And I was like, man, I wasted all this time fighting fights that I lost. That if I was actually like not worried about nothing and had a good conscience and everything else about it, I would have actually, the fight would have went different, because it wasn't Lanisha. She's a really good fighter, but I gave up. It's like she hit me twice, and I never really got hit like that in the face. I've always been really good defense wise, but when I realized that, I asked myself while she was hitting me, like literally while she was hitting me, why am I here? Like, she's gonna knock you out. You know, you're not here. So I literally threw myself down, pulled my mouthpiece out of my mouth, and was like, "Man, this is on Flow Combat." And then I did it again. I did it again on Flow Combat on Valor Fights. Yeah, not worth it. So no matter what, even if your grandparents say, "Hey, don't, just go ahead and go fight. It's okay. It's okay." No, don't. Just be there for them.
Right. The mental aspects are a lot harder to hold tough.
Yeah, because people make fun of you. They think you suck. They think that you have no hands. I got made fun of by this show called Prospects Perspectives. What this dude named, I think his name is Reggie. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They pretty much followed me for like a year. Recorded that fight and then recorded their commentary and was like, "This ain't WWE," because my name's Macho Miss Jenny Savage.
Yeah.
This ain't, you can't grapple, like, I don't know. It like carried on for a while. And this girl, Ashley Gambino, she took a screenshot of that because I was okay with it. I took a picture of it myself, but she took a picture of my picture of me laying there with my mouthpiece, like I'm taking it out. And she made fun of me. So now we're at war. It's okay.
I do watch some of that.
Yeah, it's entertaining. I mean, like, people are like, "Why are you giving her so much attention?" I'm like, she's gonna get there regardless. She's infamous. Okay.
No, it's your fault. That's why I started following her and watching her do boxing on the strip in Vegas, and her fat husband is a pimp.
She's entertaining. They're both entertaining. I give it to them. Travis Gambino. That's not even their real last name. They're very entertaining people. So I kind of, it's kind of like pro wrestling to me. It's like giving me I don't know how to explain it. She's really serious. I'm not. I would fight her because she's a pro now and anything goes for me. Shit, you're just a number.
Right.
And because she called Sheena Starr a retard, I don't like that word. I have people that are autistic in my family. Like, it is what it is. But it's like, for her to call Sheena a retard after saying she's not classy for some reason, I was like, you know what? If when I fight you, I'm going to give my purse to the mentally disabled, any mentally disabled company or charity. So
the crazy thing is, like, she seems off too.
I kind of thought that.
Like, I thought that she's kind of, that there's something not right.
But they were talking about, they put MAGA with Donald Trump or whatever with the 9mm after calling my boyfriend the N-word. They just went too far. He got in my inbox, called me a nasty bitch. Like, who does that? So it's like I tried to ignore it, but then I thought about it and was like, this is what they want. I don't mind giving them a platform to show their ass on. It's actually fun for me. I don't get mad. I mean, if this is what makes them happy, I don't really. They say that we talk about their kids. We say stop fighting so you can take care of your kids. Right. Those kids are beautiful kids. I love kids. Kids are amazing.
Yeah, they have drama with everybody though. If you go, I start following them. I start going down the rabbit holes with them.
Yeah,
just watching everything they're doing, and it's silly. They want to be famous so bad, but they don't want to put in the real work for it.
Hey, I'll bite off of that. I'll hang on their coattail. I don't give a shit. I gotta get somewhere myself. So, I got some of my most. I don't know why, but there was a fight I had against Sabrina Anderson at Hard Rock, and she was a drug addict.
Oh my God, I remember this fight. Ethan, you haven't watched this fight?
No, I haven't. Story beats.
I'll have to post it for you. She smelled and reeked of cigarettes, dude. And I didn't know until I went to my belt that they had on display. And I went to grab it, before the fight. And I was like, why does this belt stink? There's like, because she put it on and was walking around with it all day. So she was there like early in the day, like before weigh-ins and everything. But I didn't think nothing of it. They found her last minute. They said she was a really good boxer. Like, they said her boxing record was undefeated. And I did not. I mean, I seen some footage on her, but I kind of believe that she was like, maybe she boxed maybe got strung out or something. But Elena Arnett, we're cool now. At the time, we weren't. She don't. I guess she didn't take the fight or something. She said she had to work. So sorry, I'm trying not to burp all in the camera.
Ethan does that.
um,
Sometimes I fart in the camera too.
oh, but Sabrina, I took her out in the first like 30 seconds or whatever. It was my most known fight, so I'm like, if I fight Ashley, it is what it is, you know. She gets something, I get something. I don't care. Win-win.
You see that comment from Ryan Collins?
Oh, first year of black tie. She said, "Oh, thank you, Ryan."
Yeah, Ryan's dope.
He's so dope. Yeah, he is. He is one of the coolest. Like I remember seeing him. Wasn't it V3?
I don't know. He matchmaked for a few shows, I think, right?
No, he fought. I watched him fight live, and that's how I knew about him. Really good guy. Really good guy. Puts together really good shows. That was actually the most fanciest show I had ever been on.
Yeah, we James London, one of our guys, he fought on that, and it was really fancy.
Yes, black tie.
I definitely did not belong. I did not belong out there.
There was like a regular bottle. Well, I don't know what the brand was, but it was like Moscato, and somebody they was throwing stacks.
Yeah,
it was incredible. I was like, man.
It's a Ethan. It's a fight card, and it's for a charity, right? And so the tables. Diabetes. I think the tables are like $1,500 per table.
Oh, shit.
And you get food catered, and it's fancy, man. It's nice.
That was the one with the white mat that James fought on?
It was a white the cage floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was nice.
I didn't go, but I remember watching the fight.
Yeah, it was really nice. So, your favorite fight? What was your favorite fight you've had?
Oh man, I had two. Actually, one was the black tie event was one. But that's amateur. I'd say my last fight was my best. Because I had just came back from surgery in June. It was June 22nd. And it was last year. I had one of my fallopian tubes was I guess about to rupture. Oh, wow. And it was due to this IUD I had after I had my kid. And it was the first of its kind. So I guess it went undetected because they did all kinds of certain testing, if you know what I mean. And they couldn't find anything. So they thought it was intestinal. And I was in the hospital for a good 2 weeks and I get discharged. And after that, when I started healing, I stopped feeling like I needed to throw up during, fights. I felt extremely strong. I guess the second best fight from that would be the one previous to that one, which was the fight that I was preparing for when I had my emergency surgery. And I really was really bummed because I thought, man, I'm not going to make it to this fight, but I did. I ended that fight in a minute. And then the next one, I ended it in the third round and it was my first knockout. I felt stronger. I guess I was messed up, I guess I had this big cyst in my body and I couldn't move how I wanted to.
Yeah, slowly had poison going on.
Mm-hmm. And I felt it. I felt crazy too. I felt like I was getting upset too much, crying a lot, being irrational. Right. But now I don't feel that way no more. So
yeah, we had an infection in hormones.
Do it.
What'd you say, Ethan?
Those two were against Yoko Kawas and Taylor Jenkins.
Yeah, those are my best fights.
Can you explain this Pauline Macias fight?
Oh yeah. See, I was that actually. I'm so glad you brought that up right after this surgery thing. So I had an issue throwing up. I previously thought that it was vitamin B12 that I took, a liquid version of, because I felt kind of tired. I cut some weight. Snap. Bought some fruits. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so I had taken that, and I thought that that's what made me nauseous, but it didn't, because then I took it afterwards and. Wasn't it? I was kicking that ass. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like mini Ronda Rousey. Let me go ahead and stomp her little judo takedown with a wrestling defense, and it was beautiful. I gave her a little golf clap. I was winning, but then for some reason I couldn't hold back my vomit. Like it was kind of like, it wasn't that I was tired. It was just like, it was something coming up. Like I always had to throw up. So since I actually started, I always had issues throwing up, but that was one of the first times it affected a fight. In the black tie event that Ryan Collins had mentioned, I got Khadijah's blood in my mouth and I had thrown up, but they had forgiven it and they let the fight. Yeah, I know, right? It was nasty. So I couldn't hold that. So we didn't know if that was the blood or what it was. But now looking back on the whole thing, it was all from the same thing. And I really believe that it was from that cyst because I had that when I was 16, 17 years old. So it's been in my body for a long damn time. I'm just glad I don't feel nauseous as much anymore. Like during training, if I work out hard, like run 5 miles, I'm going to throw up. But other than that, I don't throw up much. I'm good.
Yeah, I remember that fight. So yeah, they did they DQ you?
Yes, they DQ'd me. At first, they put a TKO on my record. I was so pissed. I was like, what the hell? You're going to like, and then they wanted to suspend you because of that. Like, we're not sure because you got a TKO. It's like, can you ask the commission? Like, please ask them again what happened. Ask the referee. I even told, what was his name? Barry O'Neill. I said, could you please do something about this? Like, I know that it's a throw up, but they put on Tapology TKO, and that's what people look at. So fix it.
Right.
But they did, and I'm glad they did. I felt bad that I went off, but it's because I was winning, and it was for a title. And if there's one thing I act like a little brat about, I have sportsmanship, but I act like a brat when it comes to championships. I guess you could say that's the macho miss in me.
Yeah.
You know, if you watch Macho Man, he was very possessive over stuff like that.
Yeah, I've heard I've seen some of your videos.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back into it. Watch.
Yeah, YouTube. Put them on YouTube.
Yeah.
What was your last fight? Who was it for? What promotion?
It was for M1 Global USA. It was a stem from the regular M1 Global, I guess, Europe's biggest fight promotion. It was on UFC Fight Pass against Taylor Jenkins. That woman can hit hard. I actually, you can't really see it, and I'm glad I made it look like I guess I was shaking it off, but she almost knocked me out cold. Like it felt like I was. Have you ever touched an electrical fence or got shocked to where you felt like the ground feeling on your feet? That's how I felt for like 10 seconds of that fight, and I had to get away. And I got away just in time. And I guess I think I hurt her just by luck, and it gave me enough time to get my leg back. But she almost got me. It was crazy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I've seen her fight before that.
She fought for Glory, and then she fought again for King of the Cage.
Does she look like the CrossFit girl? Is she a CrossFit girl?
I don't know, but she's gorgeous. She's got blonde hair. She got the messy space buns.
Dang.
She's a big girl too. She's 5'7". Yeah. So that's a lot of girl to be fighting at.
She's tall. Yeah. Yeah. And she's really good at Muay Thai. Glory kickboxer. So
nice.
She wanted to keep it standing. I wanted to grapple. Then she wanted to grapple. I wanted to stand. So it was really funny. The fight is still a UFC fight pass if you got it.
I'll look it up. Were you training for a fight coming up or anything?
Man, yeah. We were supposed to have a fight here in Clarksville, and that's like a rarity. Like, I know that this time I would have sold out every single ticket. Like, because last time I was an amateur, it's kind of hard competing with the pros. But this time, I'm a pro. I will clear out that whole place and have really good views, pay-per-view numbers. So it was supposed to be for that. We had an opponent.
What promotion was it for?
M1 Global. I think it was under Angel Fights, if I'm not mistaken. Angel Fight Promotion with Angel Natal.
So does M1 Global cross promote with other local promotions, with the smaller promotions like that?
I think it was just for USA. The road to M1 Global would be to the M1 Global Challenge, which is the official where Nate Landwehr had fought. And then there's just the regular M1, like I said, road to M1. And then there's, I guess it's a same thing with the M1 USA, because we had the Desert Challenge, which I competed in that one against Celine Haga. She
Like-
fights out of Jackson Wink.
Bellator did with I think it was V3 a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Did Bellator light outside.
No, they did it with Valor, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Valor.
Yeah.
I think it was Valor. And then V3 did a UFC with Dana White's looking for a fight.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's like a feeder, right?
Yeah, pretty much. They're really good promotions. They got a lot of good people coming in.
They pay a little bit better than your average local.
V3 does.
Mhm.
I love V3. Yeah, they're really good promotion. I recommend them. I don't mean to throw shade, but there's no tea, no shade, you know.
Right.
But V3 I think is a little better than Valor. So
It seems
my opinion.
Seems that they both have really good. They're well run, respectable sort of cards, you know.
Yeah, I think that the only thing that kind of got me about Valor was the girl that they put out there that was 0-11, and I had already called out their girl,
Oh man.
and they didn't want me to fight her, so I was like, I don't know about y'all. Like, y'all are definitely up to something. Like, I know they got a good plug on Bellator though. Like you said, they've been sending a lot of girls to Bellator, and yeah, good for them. Happy for them, even though I don't really like them as much as I like V3.
Yeah, hopefully that'll rub off on you. You get on Bellator.
Yeah.
Is that the goal? Big show.
I want to go to UFC. That's where I want to go. I want to go to there. PFL maybe. ONE FC. Bellator.
You're gonna get on the Contender Series?
Oh man, I'm down for whatever. I think it's pretty much what management is going to be able to do for me at this point. Because I got to get my numbers up. That's mainly what I'm worried about at this point. And then who knows? I heard within 1 to 2 fights we could be hearing something big. I already had a couple offers for
Who's
Bellator.
your management team?
I don't have management.
Oh,
But see, I've been managing myself with Adrian, so it's been going really well so far. But you can't do it for very long. So.
I know there's one certain lady that fights for Bellator that you happen to not like.
Who?
Her name would be Valerie Loretta.
Oh, she's cute. Yeah, I was actually supposed to take that fight, but they didn't. They picked another girl over me. Oh, she's adorable. Now she's got a nice booty and everything. I'm not hating on the look. She's gorgeous as hell. She's very marketable. I'd love to fight her, but 115 with her big ass. You know, she's got to come. You know, I can't go to 125. Dana White asked me not to if I'm interested in going to the UFC. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I'm not fooling around with 125 no more. You got my word.
Oh yeah, you fought in front of Dana White, didn't you?
Yeah, I fought against Jamie Milanowski.
And Matt Serra tried to show you a weak ass leg lock.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I was so fixated. I think it's because Jamie was so big, so much bigger than me. But I felt because we have a personal history that I was going to be able to maybe get into her head. We had some beefs amongst a lot of girls who I didn't like me very much, but it's okay. I still got love for them. It's all love over here. We fought, and I think I did get in her head as far as stand-up because I was doing really well. But I pulled the trigger, and I tried to go for the leg lock, and I hung on to it for too long. You know, I really should have went to take the back or something, but she was stronger when it came to her arms versus my arms. So right. She definitely snatched that arm and got it. But beforehand, she verbally tapped. She swore she didn't. The referee didn't hear it. A couple other people heard it. That's why they were negotiating. And I almost won that fight in the first round. Mm-hmm. But they don't show that. That's why I think Matt maybe wanted to work with me because I was doing really well.
Right.
Yeah.
That's still pretty cool, though.
Yeah. I mean, I'm friends with Den Thomas and Matt Serra on Instagram right now.
See, there you go. Now you got to tell them to listen to you on Open Mat Chat podcast. Shout out.
Yes, no, definitely.
I remember that fight. Yeah, that was pretty cool. So you know, slowly you're getting your name out there.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully it'll be sooner, man. I'm about to be 27 in 2 days. So.
Uh-oh.
Don't want to be a part of the 27 club before I make it, you know? That's
right. Young buck.
Yeah, don't want to get that Rona.
Yeah. No. Yes. Right. Oh my gosh, I am staying home. Don't remind me.
See,
Dude, Ethan, you're a genius. Don't remind me.
have you guys have you been playing it really safe?
Yes, very, very safe. We stay home. We got the spray. I got 3 sprays of alcohol. I've been had that though. I mean, I didn't have to stock up on nothing crazy like everybody else. But
Yeah.
man, every time we go out, I'm the only one that leaves as far as grocery shopping. That way we can keep track of who we come in contact with, where we go. But yeah, we've been super safe. What about y'all? Stay safe.
Of course.
Yeah. No gym time.
Nope, not at all. Just in my house.
I need a mat, but other than that, we're good to go.
Yeah, we all got mats. We got mats.
Jealous.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you put your gi on, you can't get no rug burn.
I know, but I like cramping. Like my joints and stuff is gonna get all bruised up. I already pulled a muscle in my abs. I've been trying to do these like challenges. So many people have been tagging me in challenges, like push-ups, sit-ups, all this stuff. And I went ham. I did a Manny Pacquiao full-on workout, and dude, that Manny Pacquiao is no joke. Like I pulled my left ab. I can't even do pull-ups. I feel weak. You know, I could do pads, but that's about it for right now.
Yeah, I've been watching you guys work out outside.
Yeah, you know, you got to keep it going. Inspiration.
Hey, so you don't troll people as hard as you did back in the day, huh?
I became humble. I think it's because I found God.
You think so?
I have moments where I feel like if people deserve it and if they want it, they ask for it, then let's go. You know, and
right.
I can seem like I'm losing my religion a little bit. I try not to, but I really think that a fight that I had against Hannah Guy did it. I was really humble. I didn't want to be humble, but I was because I knew I was going to fight. But little did I know I was going to get a stomach bug and then be underweight and then feel sick. Like, it was a nightmare. It was such a nightmare. And I didn't know my left from my right, you know. And it's like I had an epiphany. And so I turned to God. I turned to Jesus. And it kind of made me think twice before hurting people. Because some people, they lash out at you because they hurt, you know.
Right.
So I try to think about that when I fight with Ashley Gambino, but I really try to be in a way where she can work with it, and it's good for both of us. But screw her, man. People got to know about the fuckery of this whole thing. You know, they got issues, no doubt about that. But I try not to make it like, I try not to bully.
Right. I like doing it when someone can give it back. You know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. She can dish it back. She knows how to run her mouth. So she's good at that. If somebody's like, if I'm beating them up with my words, I'm like, after a while, I kind of let it go. So
yeah, having my daughters, you know, they made me a little bit nicer.
Yeah, my son the same. You know, him turning about. He had his first fight last year, and it put me into a different perspective.
No, like a street fight, right? School fight.
Yeah, school fight. It was nonstop, man. These kids was just back and forth, and at school and off the bus and coming home. Like these kids, my son was running to the door, screaming, crying. I was like, what happened? You know, I guess they were fighting and he didn't want to get jumped. So he come run. And I was like,
I haven't been
yeah, I don't want to troll nobody no more because it could happen to my kid now. You know, how sensitive he is. It would suck. Karma bit me in my ass because I've been picking on people.
And your little man's super smart too, right? Because I see his
a genius.
You're always bragging on his projects and his grades.
He's in the other room right now. He probably eavesdropping right now, but he's a genius. He's really into technology. He wants to learn how video games work, and one day he wants to work for Nintendo.
Nice.
He has his own comic book. We're trying to get it published. He got an award for it, second in the state. He only had a week. Everyone else had like a year to work on it. So we were supposed to do it again, but the coronavirus messed that up, unfortunately. So we're just trying to do our own comics here at home.
Right, that's nice. Yeah, that's how my little man. You know, he competes a lot, but he's super smart. And last 2 years ago, he made it to the science fair to state for a science project, and it was the same day as state wrestling. So I was like, buddy, which one you want to do? And we told him like, hey, we're gonna have to miss the science stuff. He really wants to go. I would have been okay with whichever one he wanted.
Yeah, whichever one they pick.
And he wanted wrestling, so we went to the
That's
wrestling.
awesome. See, and see, my boy, he's really into technology. I mean, I just really think he was born. He hasn't been deemed how you say gifted, but I think he's gifted. He's teaching me words that I don't even know. I can't really let him know that though, otherwise he'll think he knows more than me.
Right.
You know how kids are.
Your head. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that.
He does that all the time. He's like, but did you hear me, Mom? Like I'm like, yes, I heard you. You're smart. So he knows math really well. He likes to teach other kids math. He only clicks with kids that are like on his plane of learning, I guess. And
right.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool though. And he still likes to train.
Yes, he loves to train. Unfortunately, for some reason, we haven't been able to get our children's program together. So he just trains with me. We train together. I let him climb on me like a monkey. We do stuff with the geese. And it's just me and him for now. We're trying to do something more, but we're kind of in a situation where I got school. I'm not in a financial position at this time, but I will be because we got a plan that we're working on. And I want to cross train specifically for him whenever we get back up and running. So
yeah. Yeah, if you come out here, we got a lot of kids he can play with and roll with. And
yeah, he does wrestling though with other kids, but jiu-jitsu, that's what I want him to know the subs, you know.
You guys got to make a trip out here.
Definitely, we are.
I got a spare room. You guys can stay out. You guys can crash here.
Okay, shit. Have to take you up on it.
Little man and my little man, they'll have a good time.
Yeah, he needs it. Like I said, especially after this, he's very talkative now, really talkative, and he wants to play outside, but he's not sure because he knows the kids outside are just a little different. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Yeah, like my son, his best friends are jiu-jitsu kids that have been training for 5 years with him.
Yeah, see?
He hangs out with other kids that they don't have the same stuff in common also, it's like.
Yep. His best friend is homeschooled, and he does wrestling. He's super into pro wrestling as well. It's Adrian's nephew. But yeah, that's Caden's like best friend in the world.
You don't want to get into pro wrestling?
Me?
Yeah.
When there'll be a day that I take over. It's just I feel like I have been stepping in Adrian's everything he does. It's like I'm taking a piece of it, and it's just like he can never have anything to himself. So he don't feel that way. He'd love to embrace me, but coming from like, I guess this experience, I don't really have very much. My experience is very minuscule compared to a lot of other people that have fought and trained as long as I have. But I feel like I've been in the game long enough to know that he needs his own thing to build up first, and then I'll come in. So he's doing that right now, like I said before, with Booker T, and I'm proud of him. Everything's working out in his favor. He's happier than he's ever been. And
that's a good wifey.
Yeah, I try. I try. I already took over his MMA. We actually fought on the same card one time, and never again.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
2 people cutting weight at the same time.
I would not want Alejandro to fight on the same card.
Yeah, he won. I lost. That was that card with Shannon Gogri.
Okay.
One of my first fights, yeah.
Can you do a backflip off the ring?
No. I want to though. I'm not gonna lie. He can.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I've seen videos of him doing it. Yeah.
He's crazy. Oh, he's acrobatic as hell. I don't even know how he does half the shit he does. That's pretty cool.
So you'll let him do his thing, but the table, it's on the table for later maybe.
Definitely. I mean, I don't see why not. I actually am also interested in maybe one day doing choreographic fighting. I had my theater teacher had introduced me to another professor that she works with, and we're gonna try to see something about that maybe in the future when we settle down and
that'd be kind of
actors
cool.
how to fight.
Right. Or a stunt woman. That'd be badass.
I want to do that too, but I want to die, man. I'm like I said, 27, man. Maybe 28 or 29, I'll do it. But I don't want to die.
That's a retire sort of thing.
Yeah,
When you
definitely.
retire?
Wrestling is retire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's all. I mean, the choreograph thing is retirement. Yeah.
Yeah, wrestling's dope. That's tough.
Definitely.
Do you know who Nick Rodriguez is?
Sounds familiar, but I don't. I can't picture him.
He's a famous grappler right now.
Oh yes.
And he never wears a shirt.
Okay, yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. I've seen him about on Instagram.
Yeah, so he's he went to Abu Dhabi. He trains with Gordon Ryan. He's really dope. But I just heard him on a podcast that he went to one of the, I guess, WWE tryouts in Florida.
Yeah.
And so he made it to the second one. So now he waits till he hears from them again.
Awesome. Yeah,
So
I think
that's kind of dope. I didn't know they had it like that. I didn't know it was like tryouts, kind of like
I thought it was a theater organization. So.
Kind of like Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah, they have that. They have different, I guess, places that they put people.
Yeah.
I guess you got to story tell a little bit, and make it go your way.
I didn't know nothing really about. I mean, I never watched wrestling or nothing. I knew who the main characters were just from TV and whatever. But I watched that Fighting with Family. I think that's what it's called. The Rock's in it.
Oh, I haven't seen it. Honestly, he is all over the damn place.
Yeah,
so
so
I'm
it's
that kind of person. I get overwhelmed because Adrian is obsessed with The Rock, so I'm just like too much.
It's a good movie, and it just shows this girl and her brother try out for the wrestling, to make it to the house to become a pro wrestler, and he doesn't make it, and she makes it, and then it just goes on. I guess it's based on a true story too, so. I don't know.
I don't want that to happen. That actually sounds like a good movie. I'm gonna have to watch with him. Is it on Netflix?
Actually, I think it is Netflix or Hulu.
All right, bet. Yeah, I'll watch that because that's exactly what I don't want to happen.
I mean, the pay is a lot better.
Oh, who you telling? I mean, look at Ronda Rousey with her ranch.
I know. Oh my God, she is a prepper. Dude, that's the what you have, the Tesla energy. Did you see that?
She's got that?
Yeah.
On her range.
Oh, that's dope, man.
That system right there is expensive.
Shit, I'll have her career for that.
Yeah. Oh, she's ready. She's ready.
Yeah.
She's
I look up to her.
Yeah.
She's a good fighter.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was. I think she came and she did what she needed to do, and went and made a ton more money doing movies and wrestling.
Definitely more power. I love seeing it because that means that I can do it.
Right. Yeah.
It's probably also a little bit safer to wrestle than to get your face kicked in.
I used to say that. Until one day, Adrian let me go to one of those, I guess it's open mats.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the wind knocked out of me and I had to try something else. And
they were really beating on you.
Yeah, it's okay. So it's choreographed, but it's real. I used to be like, it's fake. One time Adrian, it took him a while to kind of warm me up to it, to say, this is going to be my career. Like, pro wrestling, is it? I was like, are you kidding me? And we got into it, and then I felt bad because of just how it ended up. That was probably one of our only fights, like, that we ever had. It was the beginning of the relationship, and like I said, I did it, and I was like, it's not real. I mean, it's fake. It's oh no, it's real. It's real. It's real. Like, I had the crap beat out of me, and
they're probably like, let's fuck her up.
You got to keep going. You got to keep going, and the way he does it, he flips and flops and falls and. How the hell? So more power to him.
Yeah. It's definitely hard on the body from what I see.
You can die. I worry a lot whenever he goes. He used to go every single weekend. This dude, maybe a couple of times a weekend, and they pay him like $50 here, $100 there. It depends on the show. I mean, they'll
Like
pay
the
you
shows
more.
like at the flea market?
Yeah, some similar to that, but then there's some that are like bigger. Like
That's
we've got
cool.
a bigger show here in town, but you know, everybody's trying to get on it, so it's easy to pay people low. That's just how it is, unfortunately, in pro wrestling. And you got to become like a road warrior and get your name out there, and then build that brand, and you make more eventually. But
Right.
like he's making more now, but than he did back then. But it's just tedious. It's very political. There's a lot of prima donnas. That's one reason. Another reason why I don't think I could take to it very well, because I'm too much of a real fighter. As far as like, that's the part that's not really like, it's the choreographed part I was talking about. But keeping your composure with knowing you have to keep up with this whole script.
Right.
Knowing that like some of these guys find out that they're going to lose like last minute. So imagine that you're the champion and then you lose your belt. Like that sucks.
Yeah.
Right? It's probably some dude you don't like, you know? So
Yeah, that would suck. That part would suck. Having to be that much of a professional to accept that.
Yeah, that's the part that I didn't think about, and I was like, okay, that's tough. That's like you're acting. It's like theater fighting, and you know, you got to take on a persona, and I think that's like why I took to Randy Savage so much, because to me that was real. You know, when
right.
I was given that name, I just thought that was the real him, you know, but it was and it wasn't, you know. It's just it's a beautiful art. I really appreciate pro wrestling more than I did about 5 years ago, because I didn't take it seriously.
Nice. So what are your thoughts about this coronavirus?
Oh man, I'm on the fence. Because
So hard, right?
Yeah, because I know that elderly people and people with compromised immune systems are vulnerable for sure. But I feel like the CDC is not telling people to take care of their immune systems. They're not trying to tell us ways that we need to take like vitamins or supplements or working out, drinking more water. I have not heard that on the news, and to me that is something that bothers me, because I know Big Pharma has their hands on this. And just, I mean, I know Donald Trump can be ridiculous sometimes, but for him to be a little more like, just his behavior lets me know that something is up. And not saying that he's probably not in on it himself, but I think that he's trying not to let us panic, I think, personally, because he kind of knows that it's, in some ways, like I heard a doctor say, for example, we need to kind of be more around each other, and the vulnerable people need to stay at home, because it seems like they're trying to make our immune systems all messed up so that we all have to agree that we need this vaccine or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's crazy. And then they're trying to say, well, all African Americans are being affected by it now. And so if that lets me know that if they're trying to say Latinos and all these minorities have it, then that's like a pie of itself. Well, since we're going to hit all these races, we've got to absolutely get this vaccine and stay inside. So Alex Jones kind of got my attention when I was like 13. So I've been kind of having my ear to the ground ever since.
I like to go down some rabbit holes.
Yeah.
I do. I'm known for that. I don't know. The way I look at it, it's like I like to pay attention to a little bit of everything. But there's not much, me personally, that I could do that can change anything.
Right.
You know, besides
stay positive.
Yeah, besides me and my family, we're told not to do this, so we're chilling. We're at home. I think they're going to push, a new vaccine or something, another kind of flu shot for everyone to recommend to get. And we'll see. Then that'll be the magic cure, and to get these businesses and everyone back to life, they're going to probably want the majority of the people to go get this shot or something. And,
or you can't travel, or you can't go here, you can't go there.
Or most likely these people will go do it, but I don't get shot for nothing.
But, well, I also heard, now I'm just now starting out in my business classes, but I was listening to Robert Kiyosaki, I think his name is, the Rich Dad Poor Dad, and he was talking about how it's bigger than the stock markets and I guess as far as the economy being affected by the coronavirus. And he said that there's a thing called shadow banking. So it's bigger than we think it is. And I think people, I myself need to look into it a little more. But I found it interesting because I heard it for the first time yesterday. And he's somebody that I've learned a lot from as far as like understanding finances and how mortgages and everything work.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's got a big. It's a big deal for them to be shutting down everything and making us go, into the negatives.
Yeah.
With life financially. So there is a bigger hidden agenda, but it just could go so many different ways that you're like, which way is it going? It's like Trump. Did he do this on purpose to go ahead and take the minds off of something that else is going on that's bigger that he needs to do, or or is it the opposite? Did someone fuck all this up and to try to slow Trump down? Because it is an election year, so
definitely, yeah.
So many tricky people,
Yeah, exactly. So all I gotta say is my eyes are on that Fauci dude. I don't know about him. He did have his hands in the AIDS stuff, so. But he's a professional. I'm not.
He fixed Magic Johnson.
He did what?
He fixed Magic Johnson. Remember, Magic Johnson had AIDS.
Yeah.
Magic.
Now he don't.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Remember? Everybody else was dying from AIDS, and we were all scared. And then Magic Johnson got it.
Yeah. See, yeah, I told you. I knew something was weird about that Fauci dude. I knew something was weird about him. Just, I don't know.
Everybody knows it's the money. It's the money that cures AIDS.
Yeah. Like on South Park.
Yeah.
I love South Park. Remember?
Yeah, I mean, what do you guys? South Park and The Simpsons, they've all predicted all this kind of stuff, right? That's kind of crazy too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Time travelers. Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Mexican Joker.
No, what's that? I don't even know about this.
You didn't see the Mexican Joker episode?
No.
I don't want to spoil it for you. I
need to look it up now.
It's a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
You know it, Ethan? You seen it?
Yeah, they're like trying to. The Joker was possibly growing up in one of these detention camps, and they think they're creating the Joker, so they kill everybody. But what if he comes back and this is the reason he becomes a Joker? So they just start killing everybody again. Yeah. It's crazy.
And they framed a Mexican kid that didn't have anything to really do with it.
Mm-hmm.
So sad. And he looked like the Mexican Joker because you gotta watch it.
I'm gonna look it up now.
It was so messed up.
I think it's from last season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, I think there's more than one episode about this Mexican Joker. So
I think it's like the entire season they talk about it.
Yeah, it's like leading up to it.
My favorite episode last season was when they had that Randy Savage that was in the Women's Olympics and just like destroying all these women.
Dude, that kind of creeped me out a little bit because that's like who I named myself after. And then like, why are they making an episode about somebody who's died? And, I'm like, I'm a female fighter, and it was so weird. I was like, Hilder Swanson, like, might be my new fight name now. Who knows?
Besides the cartoons, are you guys following any conspiracy theories?
I did at first. I tried to like keep off of the 5G thing, but being that our Wi-Fi's I don't know what to think. I did that before with like the last time I freaked out, like the sky was falling, was Planet X 2012. It scared the shit out of me, man. I cried. I thought I was gonna, I thought I was gonna die. I was like, Obama's president. The sky's falling. It's Planet X. Like, I was like, Ron Paul is not going to be our president.
Oh my God.
Terrible time. So I try to not do that because I really set myself up for failure and anxiety. That, like I said, when I found God, I just came to terms that I was like, fear and condemnation is not God's plan. So if I'm going to die, I guess I'll die. I guess I die. If I'm wrong, what do I lose?
Right.
So
What if they say? What if it comes to it? Like, all right, you guys, they're going to open up small business, but no jujitsu gyms, no weightlifting gyms. You're closed for the next year. Are you going to secretly find people to train with?
yeah, within a house, I guess you can say. If we can do it under 10 people, which is that's going to be hard to do because a lot of people are not my size. But yeah, I think it's doable.
We have a farm we're all going to go to where I can lay all my mats down.
Fuck yes. That sounds amazing.
Alejandro will meet some girls, so you'll get an invite.
No, I be seeing y'all's gym, and I'm just like, I drool because I'm like, their team is so like, y'all's team has the right attitude. You guys work hard. You're the real deal. There's no cattiness. This is all support. Support. You guys support the hell out of each other. Yeah,
I've seen some of a couple rants.
Yeah.
So what's going on there? Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I'll talk about it a little bit. I feel like I've always been with certain people that have left, came and gone. We live in a military town, so people come and go. Some people were really good to me, and other people I took for granted. And over time, we were left with some people who had different goals than I did. So the people I was left with weren't enthusiastic about working with me. And I know because I feel like these particular people, it was kind of like I really don't want to be insulting, but it's kind of like an alpha beta vibe. And not because I feel like I'm alpha, but it's kind of like you get that vibe off of them, I don't know how to explain it. And then it got to the point where a coach had told me that a certain person, it all started really when they didn't want to train with me anymore. And they had said I was too tough. And it really hurt my feelings because I didn't have no ill will towards anybody, especially that person. And it just seemed like a domino effect after that. And I feel like maybe we're misguided a little bit. Our head coach is a little overwhelmed. We have a really good team altogether. Our fight team's amazing, but our fight team we don't have very many people my size, like I said. So right. The other classes that I tried to get involved in, so like I said, it's not ill will towards my fight team, but other people I've tried to work with, I think I have a lot of attention already, and people don't want me to have any more. Let's just put it that way. But I don't look at it that way on my end. I see it as we got to help each other. I want to give what I have to everyone. I don't want to keep it with myself because what's the point to me? I don't want it for the money. I want it because I know that my team did this together.
Right.
I want this more than anything. And, I want to be a world champion, but I can't sit here and be like a mentor or all this crap with nobody's appreciating it. Like cleaning the gym. I clean the gym and I stay after. I clean the gym after. I try to be mindful of everyone, but you'll have other people come in and they'll get the attention. Like, hey, dude, come on, what are you doing? Why don't you come over here and train with us? I would say which class it is, but it would give away too much. And I don't want to be ugly, but it hurt my feelings. It made me cry. I cried so many nights in a row because I felt alone. Like, can't train with some guys because they're deployed or they're gone. Or, I want to cross train, but I'm broke. I live literally I can run to my gym. I moved here for that reason.
Right.
So my life, my entire life, and my son's life, and my boyfriend's life, our whole life, even our cat's life revolves around MMA. And not everyone else's life is like that. It's their hobby. So they get a little catty. They might get a little butthurt. Maybe I'm too loud. I don't know. I train. And maybe it's not appreciated. So. Yeah.
Your videos of when you train and you guys are at the gym, even with Adrian, you're always hyped, and that's a good energy. That's a good energy to have at the gym.
Yeah. I need it back. I need it reciprocated back. But Adrian's so far, and we have like the guys on the fight team, man. When they come in, which we miss each other a lot. A lot of us had different schedules, but when we do, Oh my God, it's the best practices in the world.
Right.
But I miss them a lot. So
It's also crazy that one person's bad vibes, bad energy can kind of cloud you guys down. Yeah, I don't know if you
exactly.
know. It happens at a lot of gyms, and I think our gym, we're all assholes to each other. It's a family. It's fun for us.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
exactly. I can be an asshole and I can dish it and take it,
yeah, and
Like,
I think what we do really good is we kind of weave that out. They
right,
don't last long in our
right,
gym.
right.
Mm-mm.
They don't.
See, exactly. And see, when you don't get rid of that, and you have these coaches see the benefit of the doubt in everybody. They see the beauty in everybody, the good in everyone, and I love that. That's the beauty of our gym, is that we always get along with everybody, no matter what you are, no matter
Right.
what you believe in, no matter what your preferences are. Everybody gets along. But when it comes to the training aspect, not everybody is good to train with each other. And I guess it's because some people are at different levels. But what
Right.
really upsets me is that some of these people that say that I go too rough, and maybe I hurt them and things like that, which I have not ever injured or hurt anyone. They will go with new people, believe it or not. I know what I'm doing. I'm a pro. But these
Right.
people will insist, they say no, and they don't want to hurt my feelings, I guess. So they'll tell the coach goes, well, let's do something. And I'll know something's up because I'll have to be isolated. And then you'll get the, whenever you confront them on it, it's always well, we didn't know you wanted to work with us.
Did you know?
So
Do you think that it's an ego thing?
yeah, I do. Because I used to have that kind of, I had a girl come in and,
Yeah, but it's worse with a girl versus a guy.
oh yeah, those two. Hell yeah, those are really bad. I had a couple of guys say. I had a guy respectfully. He messaged me one time and he said, "Could you not? Could we not go together?" And you had videos that you posted of us, and I'm embarrassed. He said, "But I wanted to tell you." And I said, "You know what? Out of everybody who's ever done this crap, I respect that. Hell yeah, dude. I won't mess with you no more."
At least he was
So
honest.
Me first.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel helpless, especially like Adrian says I have this I don't give a shit face when I'm grappling. I don't know about it, but he says it's like I don't even, he showed me a picture of it, but I'm like, oh, that's not me not giving a shit, I guess that pisses people off.
I'm concentrating.
Yeah, so people
I
don't like
close my
that.
eyes when I grapple a lot, and people think the same thing.
Yeah. They act like that you know something that they don't or something. It's like, no, I don't know what to do with my face. I don't grapple with my face.
No.
I don't grapple with my face. Well, I do the head and the temple shit, but not, while I'm
Ethan will whisper in your ear.
sweet nothings. Yeah.
Not creepy at all.
Negro spirituals while I'm choking white belts to sleep.
Poor white belt. No, I think it is harder for a woman to be in the gym training with the guys and stuff, because guys. I mean, you are. I understand where they're coming from. You're taught to respect and not hit a woman. I've been in the gym training with women for over 20 years, so I don't care. I'll punch her in the face.
Right.
I'll heel hook her, toe hold her, But I'll go at the level. If I outweigh you by 40 pounds, I'm not going to use my extra 40 pounds. I'm going to go at your level, of weight. So you punch me, I'm going to punch you right back.
Right.
I think some guys just get butthurt, and if you're better than them, it kind of hurts their feelings. And instead, would that hurt your feelings if it was a guy that was better than you? No. So get over it.
Right. Yep, and that's it. Another thing is you'll have the occasional like, let's take pictures together. I just gave up. Now that when I kind of brought it to the light, I was like, I don't want to be a part of pictures no more. I don't care. I'm just gonna keep training. You guys don't want to include me. That's fine. I love you guys with all my heart. I always look out for your best interests, but I can't keep letting y'all kill me like this. And then go to competitions left out. I don't know what the hell I did. I'm just so I call myself as a joke. I say I'm Adrian's girlfriend.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, the tournament, the grappling games tournament, it was funny. They walked past me, one of the guys that, not all of them are like this, it's only one or two, but he didn't like me, walked past me, talked to Adrian. He said, if Jennifer wants to go to the tournament, I'm like, bitch, I worked that tournament. The fuck?
I'll be there.
I will be there, asshole. But everybody else is cool. I mean, it's no bad blood. It's more like, it's, you know how it's personal and business, you know? Personal
Right.
side, they're great people, every one of them. But the business, it's like, what did I do to you? Who hurt you? You
Yeah.
know? So it is what it is.
Yeah.
I get my work in.
I see some of your posts. That's what I was asking.
Yeah. Feels good. Got it off my chest, you know. I was being a woman about it, you know, but I can't help it sometimes. I feel like a mother bear, you know, like I've been in this damn gym for 7 damn years, you know. Yeah, it changed names, changed buildings, but I've been here for so long that I thought, you know, there was a girl that was training in the gym for like, I guess she only fought for just a couple fights. But everybody was like, oh my God, she's amazing. And she's this, she's that. And I was like, one day I'm going to be just like her. And she retired. And
Oh my God.
No. And I had like 20 plus fights. Like I went pro, like it's okay. You know, this is me like thinking I'm bigger than what I am. And I get myself back down and I humble myself. And it's like, you're not all that in a bag of chips. So but thinking everybody's got to be your friend because they don't.
I would say it's hard, you know, being, you know, in your shoes because you want to keep the hype up.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
Know, because that encourages you too to wake up every day and go out there and kill it, you know. Yeah. And then, you know, there's some people that they don't understand, you know, I don't know. I think they could think that like you being super hyped in the gym and just motivated and training hard and good, you know, like they're like, oh, she's cocky.
Yeah, they do.
And it's not. It's just more of it's a mental thing. You're getting yourself ready for the day, you know.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I do get that feeling, and I think half of it has to do with my presence on social media being so loud. A lot of people think that, you know, they don't understand that. Some people don't understand it's a business. It's a personality you gotta kind of grow into, and mine is a little ratchet. You know, it's just the way it is.
I mean, I was like, well, I'm gonna send her a message. She probably won't ever respond to me, but we'll see.
I was offline for a long time because honestly, it was because I'd come to the gym sometimes and have nobody, and I would be like, what? I literally moved into this area, into a fixed income, off a whim because I wanted to observe my son's behavior. We kind of, you know, we're living by our means, and that's okay by me. I mean, I could choose to have any type of lifestyle within this class, but right. I chose to live as close to my means as possible because I believe that in order for me to run like a business, I've got to focus. And Adrian inspired me to be that way because he in himself is his own, I guess, business. And I just decided, you know, I did all the construction and everything. I busted my ass. I worked for Post for a couple years. And I said, let me just try and see how this works and make sure that my son gets his grades right going into middle school, because my worst year was 6th grade. And then, you know, take this leap again. So right. I literally designed everything in my life to work with the schedule. So when I go to the gym and there's nobody to go with and they think I'm too mean or this or that, and they literally, that's like their secondary thing that they go to on top of their job, which I know what it's like to work a job, have your own stuff and everything. But when this is all you got, like your whole house is a fucking jungle gym for you, like sometimes it's like, where do you escape to? So it can be a little overwhelming. And then your regular friends don't want to hang out because they think, you know, maybe they're going to piss you off and you're going to punch them. So I don't have any regular friends anymore. They don't care about me no more. I love them though. I love them with all my heart.
It is a different mindset, you know, like I think everyone in our gym, we hang out with people that train.
Yeah.
You know, it's, you know, I do have a few people that I'll hang out with that, you know, I'll see them once every few months and hang out, you know, and it's like, we don't have nothing in common.
Yeah. There's a lot of that in our gym, you know?
You know, so it is hard. And it is. Ethan used to live with me, you know, so when he first moved out here, so he could get, you know, train all the time and you know, get his life, you know, together, what he wanted to do and stuff and train. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know.
Yeah.
People
It's
have
definitely
goals.
big risk.
You make sacrifices, you know.
Yeah. And every day I think about it, you know, being on welfare isn't fun. I don't like taking this in, but I think of it this way.
I'm ready for
If
it now.
if this coronavirus, look, if this coronavirus, I didn't live in this situation, oh my God. I could not imagine being a painter, paying the bills that I had at the time. The little fancy apartment and all the fanciness. No, I'm so glad I did what I did. It's the biggest. It's like, it's kind of like Noah's Ark. You know, I got on in time, so I'm
Right.
okay.
That's it. I mean, that's what I said. Like, you know, all this gym shut down. You know, who knows how long. Um, this is my wife's last year of working. You know, she's a stay home mom and homeschool the kids.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You know, but I worked really hard to build this opportunity, and right now life's on a hold. You know, and I'm like, I'm all right with it. I'm just having a good time. I'm not sad. You know,
Yeah, me
I'm
neither.
not
I'm
worried.
so happy for no reason. Like, and I feel bad because bad things are going on. You know, so I'm like, gotta even out.
And you know, Ethan lived with me for a long time, and me and my family have to move in with him. I mean, that's what happens.
Right.
One bedroom, it might be a little bit of a squeeze.
I put
Yeah.
2 bunk beds in there, bro.
All right, go straight.
Yeah.
No, but you don't know. I mean, you don't know. And like this is a good, you know, in the positive of everything that's going on, it's a good eye opener and it's a good reset on life for everything, for the earth, for family members, for people. You know, it's like,
Definitely.
all right, somebody just hit the reset button big time, like the reset button that where you have to like reprogram everything.
Right.
And we're here for a reason. So
Exactly.
Come out of this, I feel like people are going to be way more appreciative of, you know, of the training. Probably
Hanging out
going
with each other more. Yeah.
to
right. I mean, you know, one of our guys, you know, Matt Adams, I had him pull up on the car, gave him a shot of bourbon. We stayed about 8 feet away from each other. We're out here drinking.
through the bottle.
Yeah.
Those-
Usually,
I got my shoji.
usually
shochu.
Ethan's here in the studio with us, you know, and usually we have our guests come in the studio. So like when all this is over and you come down and train, we'll do another one of these in the studio.
Heck yeah.
But now we're doing it all on video because we have no choice.
Mhm.
Even though all my whole team, like my gym literally is like less than half a mile down the road. And Ethan, you know, he's like a mile down the road. All our guys are within 5 miles.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's like an army. Yeah.
It is, yeah, our whole crew. So everyone has a key to the gym. So hopefully they're not in there secretly training.
Yeah, that's
That would
kind of
be
how our gym was.
irresponsible.
Yeah, that would be.
No, I'm there every day. No one's in there. I still go in there and mop every day just for fun. I cry a little. I miss my friends.
I can definitely relate.
It is hard for us because, you know, every night after practice, we all hang out at the gym, you know, a good 20, 40 minutes. And then on Thursdays, we always go out and have pizza and beers, you know, all the time since the gym's been open. That's what we do.
I'm a
And
hater.
now all that's on hold. Yes, we drink beer.
Beer's good. See, I actually can't drink too much because I think there's something up with that. Like I get hungover, and I can get drunk. Don't get me wrong, but I can't drink that much.
No.
So beer is what I get to drink.
Yeah, beer's
It's the only
mild.
thing that I don't get hungover on.
We do bourbon.
I like whiskey, yeah, but I normally try to keep that for like after fights.
Yeah, celebration.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you're a pro fighter and you're always in camp, I figure you're probably not drinking soda, drinking beer,
Oh yeah. Okay.
eating Snickers.
No, man, I'm ridiculous. Like I literally just buy meat and vegetables and rice, and call it a day.
Yeah. Well, how much weight do you usually cut for your fights?
Depends on the time of the year. If it's wintertime, I go from 135, and that's fluffy. That's starting from Thanksgiving time. Um, after Christmas, it'd be 135. But during like after that, like say if I get a fight in, I have to go slim down. I stay about 120, 125. Sometimes I walk around 115. That's why I think it's funny. People go, I don't think that's a good fight for you because Jen is too big. And I'm like, I'm only 5'2", barely, so I'm not that big. I'm really not. I eat really well.
Right. So you don't get too big. So like during the summer, your weight stays really low, hot,
Oh,
sweaty,
yeah.
eating good.
Definitely. Because in the summertime, I can't stop moving. I mean, I'm ripping and running until nighttime, about 9:30 at night, like 6 o'clock in the morning to 9, always doing something.
What's the heaviest you fought at?
125.
125.
Yeah.
What about grapple?
125. I've actually grappled a girl though. She was a teenager, and I always told Amy, if Amy ever needed me, I'll jump in. Because teenagers, I don't care. If you win against me, guess what? You're that teenager who beat up a freaking adult. That's great. You know what I mean? And I love inspiring women. I think that's one of the best ways you can do it. So I don't care what weight they are. If they don't have nobody and they signed up and she's scrambling to try to find somebody, I'm that girl. So
that's dope. Yeah, that's how we are at tournaments anyway. Grappling tournaments.
Yeah, for sure.
Alejandra, she went against a girl. I don't know. She might listen, so I don't want to judge what her weight is, but she was definitely over 170.
Yeah. Whoa. They let that happen.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolute division.
Yeah. Ooh, absolute. That's absolutely.
IBJJF. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In Tennessee.
Dang.
In Tennessee.
My state is crazy.
That's crazy.
That was November, right?
Do what?
It was in November.
November.
Yeah, we go to Tennessee a lot. We go to Tennessee for fights and jiu-jitsu tournaments quite often. So, especially if it's in Nashville, we like to make a weekend of it.
You know what sucks about Nashville is they say there's so much going on in Nashville that it's hard to get people to show up to them tournaments. And all kinds of, not just tournaments, but fight shows have had that issue. Yeah. And I'm like, dang it, could you please just go to Nashville? I will totally sell all my tickets. Like, that is where I need you to go. I don't always want to fight in Clarksville. I mean, I do, but I think that Nashville is like perfect. It's like the perfect spot for me.
How far is Clarksville from us, Ethan? Do you know? Where's Clarksville at?
It's over in the Nashville River, isn't it?
We're close by the border.
Of what?
We're Hopkinsville. We're close by Hopkinsville.
Okay. So it's probably about 2.5 hours.
Yeah. And it was so long. There was a road, man. When I went over there to that one tournament y'all had, that road was like for horse and buggy. And this one car was not letting us over. We almost fell off the road. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die.
For the UGI. Yeah.
We had a big truck too. So I was like, oh no.
I know we've known each other for quite a while, actually.
Yeah. And
that just goes by quick.
It does. And that's why I'm kind of tripping. I need to, I need this coronavirus to go away. I need to get 2 fights. I don't care how much a freaking, never mind. I do care. I'm not going to say that. That's business talk. I care.
Get paid.
Get paid. I'm the kind of person that I'm not making a career out of the actual thing right now. So that's just my point. I'm trying to get these fights in. I want my numbers up so bad.
Well, you need to
like I said, I'll fight Ashley for a corn chip.
What are you going to school for?
Business management, and I'll be going back for the business. Oh, my business associates right now. So bachelor's would be next.
And you're learning another language. That's not for school?
Yeah, it is kind of for school. I have to go travel abroad, which I don't know how that's going to work out now. I'm supposed to go to Korea for a business trip. And was going to go to the Blue House, which is like the White House of Korea. And there's like, I guess, Gangnam Style, like where that guy, Psy, I guess, he has like this makeup store that he likes to get his makeup done at, and a lot of the guys there get their makeup done. So we're gonna see how that business runs over there, and just see how the Koreans market themselves.
Are you fighting Road FC?
No, I would fight for them. I want to fight in Korea. Like when I'm down there, I want to train with like maybe the Korean Zombie or something. You know, Nate did when he went over there. His wife's she's from Korea, so he's all in there. Landwear, the train.
Okay. Oh, Nate the Train. Yeah.
Yeah. So
where's he at now? Is he still there?
yeah, he's still with us. He's still training good. He's all over though. He's got the boxing place up the street. They used to be a part of our gym, but then they ended up making their own business, which bless them. It's amazing. They're actually opening their second facility. And like you just said, time flies. I can't believe that they used to be, you know, in a corner of our gym, and now they're just running the thing. So Nate's working with them, and shout out to American Pride Boxing. That's their facility. And yeah, he's a beast, man. He's a beast. We're proud of him at our team.
Yeah. I've been following that guy forever.
Yeah, if anybody deserves it, it's him. He might come off as like this brash guy, like wild, but he is the sweetest person, most thoughtful. He tries so hard to squash all beefs, you know, with everyone. Like he's a really stand-up guy.
Yep.
I saw him on one of those prospects to watch
Definitely.
videos on YouTube.
Yeah, definitely.
Highly of him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. That dude, he's been around a lot.
He's smart as hell too. He's got like he's really wise. Like I said, the shows that you'll see his wild trained self. But man, when he's talking to us in the gym, like how he mentors me and Adrian, that's something money can't buy, in my opinion. He's got that experience, and I'm grateful to have him and his insight. He actually cornered me in my last fight.
Do you go up to the boxing gym?
I'm going to. My first boxing coach trains up there, David Orzoko, and I hope I didn't butcher his last name. He was my very first boxing coach when I was in middle school, and I lied to my mom, and they want to get my hand signed or some kind of parental permission slip or whatever signed and returned, and that's what kind of got me. So they train, and then our other coach, old coach Daryl Tomlin, he's got his son. They're doing great, so we're gonna be hopefully training with them when this stuff goes away.
Oh, nice.
I'm eyeballing boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be cool too.
Yeah, I want the check.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
I know that like the career isn't about like trying to make money off of the fights themselves. It's about the marketing more. But like, I want that boxing check, at least one.
Yeah, it still pays better.
Definitely. Hell yeah. And I don't know why. I mean, I guess the history, but I don't know why they don't pay like that in MMA for some promotions. But hopefully they'll change.
Well, boxing had, what is it, the Muhammad Ali Act?
Yeah.
So they have to be a little bit more generous. Take care of the fighters.
Do you think that maybe the fighters would have to unionize at one point to maybe get our, I don't think everybody would cooperate. Take advantage of it.
Yeah, it's so easy to, if you think about it, but like even Kentucky, like there's only two big shows running right now, Hard Rock and somebody else. Yeah. And maybe there's only 12 pro fighters out here that actually fight.
Right.
If those guys just were like, hey, none of us fight for less than 600 and 600.
Right.
Okay. Like, let's agree on this. Then they're going to get paid at least 600 and 600. But
right.
no, you get guys like, they'll fight for 200 and 400. 200 to fight, 400 to win.
Right.
And I was like, man, when a promoter does that, do you understand they're gambling against you? They want you to lose, so you don't make that 400.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, that's what it would take, but even to get just like, a handful of fighters to agree on that, they won't do it. I don't know why.
Yeah. I feel like it'd be hard to get everybody to actually agree to anything, to actually have one actual voice. And then you got 50 states, and then so many promotions. It'd be hard to really keep track of it, you know.
Too many yes men.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
And it's a strategy that some play, because I can understand that some guys that already have had the background, they just have to get the numbers. Some guys will go, I'll fight for nothing. I just want that number. And I think that's what hurts us. As far as how we should get paid like other promotions, like boxing. And what's crazy though is when I tried to box, there's not really a big demand of women. There is a demand, but there's not that many supply. Like there's not that many of us fighting or women fight boxing. Yeah, my size. And so when I tried to get the local Nashville show to get me, they said I'd have to pay for her purse. I'd have to pay for her medical.
What?
Yes, real crazy, huh? If they're not gonna, if there's nobody behind you, you gotta pay for it.
I would have pulled the sexist card.
Yeah, I know, right? But they said it's like team A, team B. Or side A, side B. So I'm side A, which would be the paying, like the side that pays for it. So normally like a manager would, or a promoter would pay for that. And then, you get into a contract or something like that. But this was just a one-time fight for charity. Like I've been trying for like the past forever to fight for charity, and it's just never worked out. Like, don't understand it. This last fight, I was able to donate, but I wasn't in the position to donate for that fight. It's like when I would have a fight planned, that's what I wanted for that time. So, it sucks.
Yeah, that does suck. And then all this that's going on now, we'll see what the delay is for everyone to get a fight. Because there's promoters that want to put a fight card together right when this is over, and it's like, dude, my guys have to train. They can't fight.
Exactly, they have to train at the gym. And see, that's another thing that worries me, because our fight was supposed to be right after this stupid crap gets lifted. But I'm not too sure. I mean, I know I will win, but think about all these other guys, these heavyweights, or these guys that need more room to work around. So it sucks.
Because nobody's grappling. If you're not lucky enough to train, you're basically just running and lifting weights. You're not really getting the good martial arts.
Exactly.
You're not getting punched in the face. Your timing's not right.
Yeah, not everybody can sacrifice their life like Jenny and freaking have everything and have a living freaking training coach over here.
Yeah.
So I completely understand that. Yeah.
And Adrian's willing to punch you in the face for you to get better.
Yeah, we're talk.
He's such a nice guy.
He really is. Believe it or not, despite all the bruises and the flinches.
Yeah. It's all part of house training,
Make me a sandwich.
Ethan's girlfriend trains jiu-jitsu, and she's competed quite often too. So.
Oh, really? What weight class?
45.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. Just jiu-jitsu, not MMA.
Yeah, not MMA. No. I won't let her do that.
No.
Yeah.
Ethan's
It's not for
scared.
everybody. It's not
Ethan.
Sure.
She already beats him up, so.
I don't want her to get any tougher.
Oh, okay.
And meaner.
All right. When I come over there, I'm gonna teach her something then.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm gonna teach her some MMA stuff, some crazy elbow.
Don't do that. No.
I just learned it too. You just
He's a victim. Hey, she is mean though. She'll whoop your ass.
She's hateful.
I believe it.
Hey, so with Adrian, like you guys been together a long time, so are you guys gonna get married?
Well, I want to get married. I'd like to consider ourselves because people are greedy. They're so greedy. I've seen all these marriages. I don't want to blow up, get all rich and famous, or he blow up, get rich and famous, and something crazy happens, and then we want to, which heaven forbid. But I'm realistic. I don't want. Neither does he. We kind of have a mutual understanding about that. Like, we don't want nobody taking money because making money off our love. That's fake. So I believe that maybe in our own way we're married or get married or something like that. Because I just feel like it's sketchy. Maybe one day, just not right now.
someday.
Yeah, someday we do want kids.
I mean, it's like you're
Just-
married already.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You know, it's a lot cheaper to live like this too, in my opinion.
Definitely.
It honestly used to be one of my, when I was a little kid, I was like, yay, I want to get married. And then I think it was still a kid. And I was like, no, I don't want to get married. It's actually been a fear of mine, a really big fear. You never know.
Yep. You're like, never mind.
I watch too many scary shows where, people have like life insurance policies and like, they end up dying.
Oh, yeah.
Carol
You guys
Baskin and
Oh, my God.
just I don't want it.
Did you watch this?
Yes, I did. I like Joe or Exotic Joe. I'm not gonna lie, I like him a little bit.
Hey, but the real gangster is Carol.
She is a real gangster, but she's creepy.
Hey, people are hating on her creepiness and on her, but I'm like, bro, like, if this was the '90s and she was a rapper, we would all be for it.
Right. Right. Good night. Did you see what freaking what was it O.J. Simpson said?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Did you see that, Ethan?
Yeah, and he knows a thing or two about murdering spouses.
Yeah. He's like, without a doubt, she did it.
Yeah. Hey, I believe him because he knows.
Yeah.
Bro, I died. So when I heard that O.J. Simpson said something, and I didn't believe it. And then I actually saw the live video of him, the interview. And I was like, oh, fuck, dude, he really did say that. No, dude. And now they're saying that they're going to open up the case.
Again?
Yeah, they're going to open up the case and look for her husband.
Oh,
and get into.
yeah, I seen that.
Yeah.
I seen that.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. And then, I heard the ID channel, they're going to be making it about her, a series about her.
Oh, my God.
Or a documentary.
And I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to
It's all
watch it.
Distraction. It's a beautiful distraction, though.
Yeah. Yeah. So me and the wife, we binge watched it. I guess that's what we would say. 2 days we watched it.
It's good stuff, man.
Yeah, I had to watch it. Yeah. I mean, every time they introduced a new character in there, I was like, oh yeah, that's a fuck. Like, what the hell's going on here?
Oh my goodness. It was, do you see how like, I just couldn't believe that chick's arm got like chewed off.
She was cool about it.
And she was back just a couple days later. That same
thug.
like, what the fuck?
That's a raw woman right there. That's a loyalty.
You don't find that kind of loyalty ever.
Right.
She was just cut it off so I could get back to work quicker.
She was too. She was still. I'm not gonna sue, And then for that to happen, just for him to lose the zoo.
I know. She was a savage. I wonder if she still works there.
Yeah, I wonder. You don't know?
It's-
You don't think so, Ethan?
I don't think so. I don't think she'd work there after all, especially after this came out and all that publicity.
Yeah.
I mean, all these places are still operating though.
They are, yeah.
It's crazy.
Tennessee doesn't seem to be slowing down over here, man. Oh, you guys talking about the zoo?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about how people keep moving around and shit. Yeah. Yeah, that is. And I'm actually, somebody invited me in some kind of a group. It's about the Joe Exotic thing. And every little thing about them going on, including Carol's like tiger stuff. Oh, fuck. Hey, what up, Jesse? Oh, he was so cool. He was one of my first fight friends ever.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, he was awesome.
I never heard of her. You heard of this guy before?
She cute?
Is she cute?
She cute? I don't know. Jesse, are you cute? Jesse
If
Roberts?
you're into Vikings.
Yeah.
Something about the name tells me that girl has delicate little wrists.
Oh, Jesse, you gonna let Ethan wrist lock you like that, bro? That's fucked up, bro. I forgot about that. No, we know Jesse. He's a
Yeah, I
homie.
know he trains with you guys. Him and Damian Miller.
Damian Miller trains with us. So Jesse trained with us for a little bit, and then he left and got a big head and tried to fight one of our heavyweights, and our heavyweight split him
The
open.
Damian dude?
No, no, it was Jesse Romans.
Oh, Jesse did.
Yeah.
Jesse.
Oh.
He said, "Fuck you." I'll show these comments so you guys can see them.
My wrist still hurts. Oh. Fuck you. That's funny.
Yeah, Jesse. Jesse's a good dude, man.
He's got one of the most amazing transformations from the
Yes.
beginning to now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got a beautiful child. Like, she's a beautiful, beautiful little girl, and yeah, he's an awesome dude, man. Okay, Adam, you too.
Out of all our memories. Bro, he loved us and then he hated us and now he loves us again.
Like the time I asked you to be nice after getting KO'd.
KO, yeah. Yeah, so when our heavyweight, so Jesse, you know, and our heavyweight fought, and our heavyweight did head kick him, split him open really good, and knocked him out. And in the back room, I went up to Jesse to check on him, like, "Hey man, you all good? You know, like we're all still homies." And he's like, "Yeah, you're not gonna make fun of me, are you?" And I was like, "No, bro. Like, I'm not gonna troll you." Like, he made me feel bad. Like, I'm an asshole.
Oh, because he's so, like, to me anyway, he's been so humble, you know. So
he is now. He is. I've seen, so not only did Jesse Romans, like his weight and everything, his physique transform, but his whole attitude and way of life. I got to witness that, and it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
From the first time I ever met him.
He's definitely one of those people that says something that that you needed to hear because you weren't sure if you should have behaved. Kimmy, what are you doing? Sorry, my cat. What are you doing?
But I have to kick my cats out of the studio.
Yeah, she doesn't like me paying attention to something for too long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, Jesse says I used to be a dick.
Oh.
He's cool now. He's been on our show.
Couple
times.
And he's come down to cross train a few times.
Yeah, see, I really thought that they like trained with you, but yeah, cross train, you know, it's just like me. I'm trying to cross train with you.
Yeah, come down.
Definitely. Thank you guys, bro. You are awesome. You're awesome, Jesse. You're awesome.
Jesse's an awesome dude. Yeah, when you come down, we'll have Jesse come down too. When all this is over, yeah, I'm gonna have a big open mat jiu-jitsu party with taco trucks and
fuck yeah, man.
Loud music and
mariachi, right? Like, I want some.
It could be anything.
Okay. I like the mix.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna get smashed though.
For sure. Taco truck for sure.
Like, y'all are gonna destroy me.
Truck and Corona prayers
afterwards, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, because I need it. I know that you guys are going to mop me with your floor because I've been doing mostly boxing right now. I mean, my jiu-jitsu and wrestling's pretty good, but it's more defense. So
Ethan is not sexist. He'll leg lock the shit out of you.
I appreciate leg locks. Real shit. I started doing them because you kept saying leg locks don't work, and I loved it. And I was like, I love it. Because you guys are so enthusiastic about leg locks, and nobody else really around me was, and I was like, I need that,
right?
You know, so that actually inspired me to start playing around with them more, because I used to not do it until old girl popped my knee, and I was like, hell yeah, dude! And so I did that same shit to Jamie Malinowski, popped her knee, and I'll actually have to send you a video, which I'm cool with her, or a picture of she was wearing a brace after the fight, so you know, it's like. It kind of like transferred from Alex doing that to me to me doing it to her.
Ethan, I don't know if you were there, but Alex did she got a deep knee bar, right?
Yeah.
And it popped, and I looked at Jenny. I was like, "You okay?" She
injured me. Yeah.
I was like, "You okay?" She's like, "I'm fine. Keep going." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah. I had to play it off because I wanted to win so bad. I was like, it was right before Las Vegas and everything. I was like, I just want this. But she got me. That was a sub. Yeah, in my opinion, looking back, because I walked to the car and I was like, oh man, my knee's messed up. And then I got bursitis like a couple months later.
Oh, in your knee?
Yeah, and my knee on the inside, and it looked like I had a titty on my knee.
Oh, that sucks.
It's like nobody who never had that that injury knew what I was talking about, or the severity. But it's like I pulled it felt like I pulled all my nerves from my skin, like my muscle and everything.
The knee is worse than the elbow too.
Hell yeah, dude! You can't do no takedown. When I tried to do a takedown, I couldn't feel my knee to hit the mat, and so I never knew when I did. And it's like I'd hit it over again the same way.
Putting all your weight on it, and never goes away.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
When I first started training, I got it right on my knee, like at the bottom of the joint, and it looked like there was a fucking softball. Couldn't train for weeks. Turned black. Fucking thought my leg broke. It was the fucking worst.
Dang.
What drained it for you?
Well, I just let it bruise up. I didn't drain it.
Yeah, same here. I didn't drain mine either. I just let it jiggle, you know. I put like nipples on it. It's totally.
Oh my god.
And then it spread to my hip.
Oh shit.
The fluid spread to my hip, and so I couldn't lay on my hip, and they had to give me like a shot in my ass, and it was the worst thing I ever went through because you couldn't see it. It looked like I was just like one of them complaining ass people, but no, I was so injured. It was unreal.
That sucks. Yeah. It's those little injuries like that suck so bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like bursitis sucks. It's not a major injury, but it slows you down so bad.
Fuck yeah! I had to tie my legs together with my my gi belt and just grapple with my legs tied together.
Oh my god.
It sucked. Felt like a mermaid.
Sometimes you have to just sit back and rest.
Yeah, you're right. I really.
That's the hardest part.
It was that M1 Global fight in California against that Celine Haga. She's amazing, by the way. But she I knew it. I was like, man, I can't. There's no way I can miss this fight. You know, it's on UFC Fight Pass, and it was worth it though. I can admit that.
You get hyped up for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I didn't feel it. Actually, no, I had it. That was the hip one. The one that was the knee was before Dana White looking for a fight, and they just so happened to have the cryotherapy people there, where they had put some cold shit on my knee, and it made me feel better. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, hey, cryo works.
Yeah, I love cryo. I love it.
We can't go right now, but it sucks.
That's another thing that's not essential. It's
know.
Cosmetic.
I know. When do you think this will open up everything?
They say April 17th. What do you think, Ethan?
Nah, I think it's probably going to be June.
Yeah, I believe that. That's more realistic.
It sucks. Yeah. I think we'll peak in the next few weeks, and then, which it makes no sense that we're peaking. It's just we're testing more. We could have already peaked, or we might not ever peak.
Yeah, like I said, I hate using things that I hear because I'm not a doctor, but I keep hearing from doctors, like legitimate doctors saying that the healthy people need to be around each other. Sick people, vulnerable people need to stay home. Yeah. And that makes sense to me. I don't see why that's not a thing.
Right. Like when we were kids and one of your siblings got chicken pox.
Yes, exactly.
So they're all three in the same room together and everybody just gets herd immunity that way.
Exactly. Right. Being around the same people that you're always around all the time. I mean, I know people travel, so it is what it is. But they're I don't know.
Hard. Here's the thing. I know that, people don't understand the MMA, jiu-jitsu gyms, like our crew, we all know each other. We're with each other all the time. People in gyms are clean anyway.
Exactly.
Most of us are all germaphobes,
That's what the doctor told me when I had my surgery. He said, your gym is clean. The only thing that's not is the areas that you never go to.
Yeah. And so I'm more worried about Kroger. I drove by Kroger today and probably like at least 100 cars in the parking lot at Kroger. So all these people are in there. They don't know each other. You don't know where that person's been. I think in the gym, if we're all quarantined,
Right.
We're all living together. Train.
Yeah, and I don't see why we can't have like our own like private sessions. You know what I mean? Like private like if we're all just a fight team ourselves and no one else.
Yeah.
Like that's what we wanted to do.
That'd be
We're
great.
essential. We're essential.
Yeah, I don't see why even private training. I don't see why maybe 2 people in a business wouldn't. That should be.
It's crazy.
That's why it doesn't make sense to me. And you know what's crazy is like I know you were talking about here like what conspiracy theories are you on? Well, I guess you could say I looked into the Illuminati card game, and then on top of that the which kind of predicts what's going on right now. It's pretty eerie. I downloaded every single one of them just to reflect on them. And another thing is before this stuff went down, as I was hearing news because I have the study abroad program, so I get paid to go out there and I don't have to pay it back. So I always get like the news about overseas, and I knew this shit was going to be bad. And it was in the first week of January, and I started playing Pandemic, and I actually made a purchase, and I'm going to post it later, but I made a purchase of the virus, and I just want to see if the virus would wipe out the world, and it did. And it was pretty creepy because I gave it the same symptoms that they said the COVID-19 had, pneumonia, and it's in the air, and pretty eerie. No, it's not good.
It's my fault.
But I did play the game just out of curiosity.
Trump, are you listening right now? I know he is.
Yeah.
Do you think for a minute, because some people are, like I was listening to Joe Rogan, and I really appreciate what he said. He said, don't you think it's a little creepy how much people are like attacking him? And I was like, yeah, because I was pretty fair. I mean, at first I was upset the first term of Obama, but when he had his term, I was okay with it. I wasn't upset, even though that wasn't my side, and I heard both sides, good and bad. But this is like ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's stuff that he's done that I've never heard the other side talk about at all. Like you would think that a non-biased like news station would tell it all.
Yeah, but did you know Orange Man bad? So you're wrong. Orange Man bad.
Orange Man bad.
Orange
What's
Man.
that?
That's the left's narrative.
Oh, is it?
What he does, Orange Man bad.
No matter what.
Yeah.
But I always thought something was up with that. Because,
Hey.
he was an anti-globalist, and he can't be bought. And so,
I mean, he doesn't accept a paycheck from the government.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I thought it was a little, like, why are they bashing him so hard? And then I opened up my William Cooper Beheld a Pale Horse, and it was talking about a silent war. And that was supposed to be World War III, and that's where we're at.
That's
and
him.
He's dead. He had a shootout with the FBI in 2001 in his ranch in Arizona, or Arizona or New Mexico, one of those places. And he died. But the man pretty much said that Alex Jones is trying to be what he is, pretty much. He's just a little more of a fear monger. That's why you can't really take everything he says. Because he was inspired by him.
I don't know. There's so many good conspiracy things that are going on right now. That Trump's trying to take the. No, I'm going to look into it though.
It's a good book.
That Trump's trying to take out, Hillary and a bunch of very bad people.
It's kind of.
And then the YouTube videos, the QAnon, the Q Anonymous people. No, bro, go down that rabbit hole, bro.
I don't know about them ones because sometimes they'd be on point, but then I'm like, I don't.
They're more. If you look back at videos from like 3 years ago,
yeah,
they're like on point right now. That's what's scary. I'm like, dude,
what would happen in this time?
Yeah, I'm like, someone went. They had to edit this. Like, there's no way. And because you look on YouTube and like, it's like 3 years ago. Comments are from 3 years ago, and I'm like, dude, no way.
Yeah, Adrian was asking me about that. He was like, I wonder where they are because he's totally into the anonymous. He believes in what they say. Well, not like, blindly, but he's
Yeah.
like, man, they might have a point.
It makes sense sometimes. Sometimes you could just start like, oh my God. It is crazy, man. I've been going through all that, man. All the Pizzagate stuff from back in the day, everything. I'm like,
Man, and see, that's the thing, is that was one conspiracy that I actually believed in,
yeah.
was the Pizzagate. But then people started making fun of me, so I was like, fine, I'll leave it alone.
Oh, and even
Well, Epstein shit comes out last year and the year before, and it's like, oh, so Pizzagate kind of was somewhat a thing.
Yeah, and see,
and then Bill Gates and all this stuff's coming. Oh my God.
oh my goodness. Oh, did you guys see the event 2201?
What is it?
Mhm.
Okay, so they actually put it on YouTube, which I'm surprised. But it is, they were talking about how the coronavirus, there was, there's different types of coronaviruses, but they were talking about how if it gets worse, this is what's going to happen. And they were on point. And then they had this is what scared me. They had the CDC of China. They had Bill Gates and Melinda, whatever foundation. Some big pharma guy, the military, and all kinds of different people at this table. And then they showed this like weird like news thing that they created, like a simulated news. And these two people were arguing, and they were both actors, and they were arguing about the virus and what it can do, and that like one guy was like, we're not going to have a good vaccine in time, and the others were like, no, we've been working on this for about 10 years. I don't know, like you'll have to look at yourself, because I feel like like Albert Einstein said, if I can't explain it, it means I simply don't know enough of it. So I would actually recommend, it's called Event 201, and they put that crap on YouTube. And I can't believe that was done in like October 2019. And they said it's been going on for months before that. And then like, it's crazy. They already have a patent on a vaccine for this. So it's creepy.
I'm gonna look into it. I look into all this stuff. I don't care. Like I said, man, I'm gonna take it as serious as there's. No matter what I could do, it's not gonna change anything. I wish it could, but it's not.
Yeah.
But I will. I'll go. I'll go so deep into this stuff, and it'll be like 2 a.m, and I'm like, oh man, I better go to sleep because my girl's gonna wake me up early in the morning. The wife's watching all these too. Like she's getting into them. It's funny. There's nothing else to do. We're home all day. We're chilling. Got a bunch of crazy kids. So we work out. We all do jiu-jitsu as a family, and then look up conspiracies. Ethan, you gotta start looking them up. Do it, bro.
Follow the doctors.
Hey, we're gonna get Gio on here.
Oh God, Gio's got some wild fucking theories.
Our 50th episode, I'm gonna have him on.
I'll be tuning into that one. I want to hear, because I put it all to the side. When I had my son, I had him at 16. So you can only imagine my brain went straight to the conspiracy theories. 9/11, the Pentagon and the Building 7, all that stuff was really like, I was so into that and so obsessed with Alex Jones for the longest. And I just, like I said, I got made fun of so much that I was like, okay, I'm going to side-eye it. I'm not going to tell nobody what I know, but yeah, this stuff is interesting, Chinese and everything. What's funny is Ron Paul had his, whenever he was running for president, his campaign ad, one of them was that he was talking about what would happen if the Chinese were to invade us. And I was like, maybe he was ahead of his time with that. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So what he said, it was like, that is very possible.
Did you see where he volunteered to help in hospitals?
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm. Not see.
See, yep. I love that man. Look at his face. Just look at him. Does he not have that face like of love? He's just so, like, I don't know. He was an amazing president.
Doctor.
He was all about people minding their own damn business, and that's what I'm for.
Mm-hmm.
It's so crazy. You guys been listening to Joe Rogan?
I have.
The last few doctors he's had on.
I had one show I seen, but
Look up. The last 3 have been really good.
yeah.
And so Spider and the Kid, Brendan Schaub, he had Dr. Drew on there.
Oh.
Who,
I actually followed him and he messaged me. He said, "Hey, little mama." It's like,
see?
but then nothing.
Schaub or Dr. Drew?
Schaub. Brendan Schaub.
I would have been more impressed if it was, I'd have been more impressed if it was Dr. Drew.
Really?
I know, right? I know. It's just like that one time I said, somebody was like, "So when you went to Vegas, do you see anybody and stuff?" I said, "Yeah, Tony Diaz, Nick and Nate Diaz's cousin," and everybody just started laughing at me. They're like, "You just sound like you brought somebody knockoff or something." I said, "Tony is amazing," which he is. He's amazing, but it was like, I guess it sounded funny because it was Tony Diaz, you know.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't know. Who is this Tony Diaz? Like, you know, his cousin.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Ethan, I'll send you some stuff to watch tonight.
Some crazy stuff. Did you see
bro.
that I sent you from your mom's house from Thompson Garrett's podcast?
Yes.
That was fucking hilarious.
You're gonna have to share that so other people can see it.
Yeah, I'll share. I'll try to find if I can find just the clip, because like that first part with like the sex expert, that's just weird.
Kimmy, go away. Go.
And that's how cats are. Cats want your love.
She won't go away. Her hair's all over me now. Damn it.
And then when they don't want your love, they give you a little bite.
Mm-hmm.
She has been a little feisty with me.
They can't handle all this home stuff. But anyways, we hit 2 hours, so it went by so quick, didn't it?
Yeah, I did actually.
But what we're doing lately, Miss Savage here, is we're probably going to check in with you in another 2 weeks.
Do it.
I like checking in with people that I know that are missing the gym so much. Like,
I really am.
I know. I know. So I think I don't think it's funny, but I think it's good to get them on the podcast so they can take their minds off stuff and talk and know that other people are missing the gym just as bad.
Right.
Because that's it. We live in the gym. We're there all day.
Gym rat, what's up?
Gym rats, that's it. But I appreciate you being on the show. It was awesome catching up with you and learning a little bit about you.
It was awesome to let it off the chest.
Yeah, it's good. Like podcasting right now, especially during this time, it's nice. Like get to interact with people. That's why I got this system so we could do the video too. Because without the video, I just feel like there's no connection when you're talking to somebody. Right. Even though it's just we're just sitting here, but it's still the connection to me is a little bit deeper, and I like it.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you guys have a good night? Where can they find you at? What's your handles on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook?
My Instagram is at macho.queen. I changed it recently, and that way people can find me better. And then on Twitter, it's the Jennifer's Body, Jennifer_body, and Facebook at Jenny Savage.
Jenny Savage. Oh, yeah. Ethan, where can they find you?
The Boss Goss on pretty much everything. Ethan Goss on Facebook.
And you guys can find Open Mat Chat on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and then Adam Gomez always. If you want to message me, get on the show. Whoever's listening, come on. We let anyone on.
Heck yeah.
All right, man. Ethan, it was good seeing you, buddy. Jenny, thanks for being on. I appreciate
thanks for
you.
having me.
Peace.
Bye.
We'll keep in touch. Later, guys. Peace.
Later. Bye.
Hello.